All right, scrap in, everybody. This deep dive, well, this one's going to take us on a wild ride through time.
Oh, I love a good time travel adventure.
You sent us some pretty incredible stuff, by the way.
Yeah.
Cutting edge genetic research, like really shaking up what we thought we knew about, ancient migrations. Oh, and plus, we've got this peek into, well, a 2,300-year-old Egyptian corn mummy.
Talk about a time capsule.
Right. So what do you say? Want to trace these journeys of, humans across continents and millennia?
Always down for that.
Okay, so let's start in North Africa.
Right.
Now, you might think of North Africa as kind of this isolated place.
Right.
But ancient DNA, it's telling a completely different story.
Yeah, it's really a game changer. We've got these 15,000-year-old genomes from Morocco.
Wow.
Specifically from a site called Tafaralt. And they show this surprising link to people living all the way over in the Near East.
Really?
Around the same time. I mean, imagine that. Connections spanning continents way back then.
15,000 years. So we're talking what? Before farming.
Oh, yeah.
Before, so many things we associate with settled societies even. So who were these people in the Near East?
Well, they were a group called the Natufians.
Okay.
Think hunter-gatherers in the area we now call the Levant. And this connection, it predates what we traditionally think of as, long-distance travel or cultural exchange. It's kind of rewriting what we thought we knew about early human interactions.
So North Africa, it wasn't just this isolated region. It was like a crossroads.
A bustling crossroads, even 15,000 years ago. It's really amazing. It makes you wonder what kind of exchanges were happening.
Yeah.
What stories did they share?
Right.
And here's where it gets even more interesting. Those Moroccan genomes. They also show significant ancestry, about 1/3 from sub-Saharan Africa.
So it wasn't just a connection to the Near East.
Nope.
We're talking a mix of people within Africa itself shaping the genetic makeup of North Africa.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And what's fascinating is that this sub-Saharan ancestry, it's most closely related to a blend of West and East African populations. So that suggests a whole network of movement and mixing within Africa, just adding another layer to the story of human migration and diversity.
This is like piecing together a giant jigsaw puzzle.
It is.
Each piece, each genome, each archaeological find adds a bit more to the picture. It reveals this past that was far more complex and interconnected than I think we ever imagined.
Absolutely. And sometimes those pieces, they even challenge those assumptions that we've held for so long. There was this idea for a while that early Europeans had a big impact on North African genetics during this period.
Right.
But these genomes, they tell a different story.
So no European connection.
None whatsoever. No evidence of any gene flow from those Paleolithic Europeans.
Wow.
It's a powerful reminder that, we need to be ready to let go of old ideas. When new evidence comes along, that's what makes this research so exciting. It's always pushing us to rethink what we thought we knew about the past.
And to think, this is just the tip of the iceberg. We've traveled back, 15,000 years with these ancient genomes?
Incredible, yeah.
But hold on. Because our journey through time, it's about to take another twist. We're going to zoom in on a single point in time.
Okay.
A snapshot of ancient Egypt, frozen in time. A 2,300-year-old corn mummy.
Now that's what I call a time capsule.
Right.
And this isn't just some random cob of corn, is it?
No.
It's a window into ancient beliefs, rituals, and maybe even a few surprises about everyday life in ancient Egypt.
And the best part is, thanks to advancements in science, we can unlock secrets hidden within this mummy, like things that would have been unimaginable just a few decades ago.
That's right, and that's where we'll pick up next.
Okay, so we've journeyed through ancient migrations, seen how connected people were even, thousands of years ago. And now we're about to get up close and personal with our 2,300-year-old Egyptian corn mummy.
These corn mummies, they were actually a key part of a big religious festival in ancient Egypt called the Khoyak Festival.
The Khoyak Festival.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what was so special about it?
Well, it was all about celebrating the resurrection of Osiris.
Osiris.
Yeah, the god of the underworld and rebirth. Imagine these elaborate rituals with priests carefully crafting these human-shaped mummies out of sprouted grains, like barley and wheat.
Hold on, so they weren't made of actual corn.
That's right. They're often called corn mummies,
yeah.
But they were usually made from barley or wheat. They'd sprout the grains in a mix of water and sand for 9 days, water it with river water, and then mummify it,
Oh.
just like they did with human bodies.
It's like they were giving these grains like the same royal treatment as a pharaoh.
Exactly. It shows how deeply intertwined their religious beliefs were with the cycles of nature, death, rebirth, the whole shebang.
So how do we go from these elaborate rituals to unlocking like scientific secrets?
Well, that's where the magic of science comes in.
Okay.
Specifically, a technique called metagenomics.
Okay.
It's like taking a DNA vacuum cleaner to the mummy
A DNA vacuum cleaner.
and sucking up all the genetic fragments trapped inside.
I like that. A DNA vacuum cleaner. So what did this DNA vacuum cleaner reveal?
Well, get ready for this. We're not just talking about corn DNA.
Okay.
Remember, they use sand, river water, maybe even other materials that we don't even know about. This mummy is like this tiny ecosystem frozen in time.
So it's a snapshot of life on the banks of the Nile 2,300 years ago.
Exactly. So let's start with some of the plant DNA they found.
Okay.
They discovered evidence of Triticum turgidum SSP decocum. It's an ancient variety of wheat.
Okay, so wheat was definitely on the menu back then.
Yeah.
What else?
They also found DNA from Populus nigra, the black poplar tree.
The black poplar tree.
Yeah. Those iconic trees lining the Nile.
Oh, okay. So they were using local materials for their rituals. Do we know what they used the poplar for?
Well, we can only speculate, but it's possible they used poplar wood for the mummy's coffin or maybe for other elements of the ritual.
So we've got wheat, poplar trees. What else is hiding inside this mummy?
Well, here's where it gets really interesting. They found DNA from Bombyx mori,
Bombyx mori.
the silkworm moth.
Wait, silk.
Mhm.
I thought silk production wasn't a thing in Egypt until much later.
You're right. That's what makes this discovery so baffling. It's like finding a smartphone in a medieval castle.
Right.
So what are the possibilities here? Are time travel,
Time travel.
alien intervention? Okay, maybe not those, but it could mean there was earlier trade with regions where silk production was already happening, trade routes that we just haven't uncovered yet. Or maybe there was a related species of moth in ancient Egypt that we haven't discovered. It's a real head scratcher, and it opens up this whole new avenue of research.
His tiny mummy is like rewriting history as we speak.
Mm-hmm.
And just when you thought it couldn't get any crazier, there's more.
Right. Buckle up, because they found human DNA inside the mummy too. And it's not just any human DNA. Analysis suggests a connection to genetic lineages that are common in sub-Saharan Africa today.
Oh, that's a bombshell. So we've got a connection to sub-Saharan Africa in this Egyptian mummy. What are the implications there?
Well, it raises some fascinating questions. Could this person have been involved in creating the mummy, or were they somehow part of the ritual itself? What does it tell us about the movement of people within ancient Egypt and the potential connections with sub-Saharan Africa during this time? We often think of ancient Egypt as this kind of self-contained civilization, but this finding suggests a far more complex picture of cultural exchange and movement.
It's amazing to think about this one. Little corn mummy, crafted for a religious ritual thousands of years ago, is now revealing these intricate links between different regions and cultures.
It really shows how interconnected the world was, even back then. And it makes you wonder what other stories are waiting to be discovered, hidden within seemingly ordinary objects from the past.
I'm already itching to go on another deep dive, but first we've got to wrap up this incredible journey. What does it all mean? So we've gone from these ancient genomes, right? They painted this picture of migration and mixing like thousands of years ago, to this incredible corn mummy, this tiny time capsule packed with DNA from wheat, trees, silk moths, even a person with connections to sub-Saharan Africa. I almost too much to wrap my head around.
It really does highlight how much we can learn from the past and how much is still out there waiting to be discovered. Think about it. This was just one corn mummy. Imagine what other secrets are hidden in museums and archaeological sites around the world.
It's like we're just scratching the surface of understanding our own history.
Right. And
what I find so cool is how science is giving us these tools like metagenomics to unlock these secrets. We're not just digging up, old bones and pottery anymore.
Yeah.
We're extracting entire genomes
Mm.
and piecing together the story of life on Earth.
And it's not just about fancy technology either. It's about human curiosity, ingenuity, and the desire to understand where we came from. Scientists are constantly coming up with new and creative ways to apply these tools, to ask new questions. It's that drive to explore and to push the boundaries of knowledge that leads to these groundbreaking discoveries.
It makes you realize that history isn't just some dusty old textbook. It's this living, breathing thing, constantly evolving as we uncover new evidence and re-examine the past with fresh eyes.
Exactly. And it's a reminder that every object, every artifact, every fragment of DNA has a story to tell. We just have to learn how to listen.
So what does this all mean for us here in the present? We've been on this whirlwind tour of ancient migrations, religious rituals, and cutting-edge science. What's the takeaway?
For me, it underscores just how interconnected we are. Not just with people across the globe, but with those who lived, thousands of years before us. Their journeys, their beliefs, their choices, all of it has shaped the world we live in today.
It's humbling. It really is. And it makes you wonder, what will people thousands of years from now think when they look back at our time? What stories will our objects tell?
Now there's a thought-provoking question. If a simple corn mummy can unlock so much knowledge about human history, imagine what future historians could learn from the things we leave behind.
I mean, think about it. Our smartphones,
Yeah.
our plastic water bottles, even the clothes we wear, they're all time capsules in a way, holding clues about our culture, our technology, our values.
It makes you think twice about that old saying.
What's that?
One man's trash is another man's treasure.
Yeah.
Maybe future archaeologists will be sifting through our landfills, marveling at the strange rituals of 21st century humans.
Who knows? Maybe this deep dive will inspire some future historian to unravel the mysteries of our time. It certainly inspired me to look at the world around me with a new sense of wonder.
That's the beauty of learning, isn't it? It opens your mind to new possibilities and makes you realize that even the most ordinary things can hold extraordinary stories.
Well, folks, we've reached the end of our deep dive. We've journeyed through time, explored ancient cultures, and unlocked the secrets of DNA. But the exploration doesn't end here. Keep asking questions, keep learning, and keep discovering the amazing stories that surround us.